Guess who's back? Back again. D-Man's back. Tell a friend. What's going on, everybody? It's me. It's that Grandmaster DP, Dylan, a.k.a. D-Man, the voice, if you're feeling, and I know you are after I've been gone, frisky! Yeah! What's up? I'm back. That's right. After, about a week and some change of dealing with YouTube and their, them. They bombed the old channel for, no real good reason. I have tried to appeal it. They said no after they looked into it carefully. They didn't, but, what else can you expect from these people? The point is, I got the old channel shut down because I was marketing it in a way that apparently is not allowed here on YouTube. What I would do is I'd take the links to my videos, right, and I'd put them in a couple of comment sections and trending videos to try and drive traffic. Apparently you're not allowed to do that, and it got flagged for spamming and bot content and shit. I didn't know that, right? Honest mistake on my part, my bad. I tried explaining that to the grander YouTube higher-ups. They didn't want to hear it. So here we are with a brand new channel, brand spanking new channel, same Dylan, same D-Man, same content. Well, sort of. I mean, it's still going to be, all the stuff that was on the old channel. If you're discovering me now, brand new, and you weren't at all part of the old community, welcome. If you're coming back from the old channel and sticking around with me, welcome back, baby. It's so glad you're here. I'm so glad to see you. I'm so glad you're back with me. And don't worry, usually in my videos, people who have listened to them before know, the intros aren't usually this long. They're usually about a minute. Me just being like, hey, what's going on? Check out my stuff. But then I get right into the meat of it pretty quick. This is just starting out on this very first video here. Just me explaining where I've been, what's been happening, why it's a brand new channel. I'm going to be sharing this all over the socials. Hey, I'm back, new channel. Oh, go check me out. Trying to rebuild the following, rebuild everything. I by no means was like a massive YouTuber before, but I was getting some traction, getting some numbers. I was starting to really, catch some waves. And then I got, bombed by the YouTube overlords, And like I said, it was an honest mistake on my part. I tried to fix it. Obviously, they didn't see it that way. They were like, oh, you communicated the guidelines, you violated. And I'm like, I get it. I did. Unintentionally, but I did. So fair enough, fair play. I feel like they could have, given me a little bit of a break, a little bit of grace, and been like, oh, don't do it again. And I've been like, yeah, no problem, I won't. But they didn't decide not to do that, so we're starting from scratch here, boys. Not completely. I mean, I do still have my followers on the other socials and whatnot, so hopefully we're not starting completely from ground zero. But anyway, we're going to be getting into the meat of this video. I just wanted to explain all that at the beginning. Like I said, normally these intros are not this long, I promise. So don't expect that going forward. At any rate, I'm back, baby. And we're about to have a good-ass time. Another Am I the A-Hole reading, or I guess the first Am I the A-Hole reading on this here brand new channel. Check me out over on Twitter X, linked in the description. Check out all the stuff I'm in. I'll be linking everything. I'm in a series, if you don't know from the old channel. I'm in a web series, a comic web series called Room of Swords. I'm the main character in that, and I usually link the episodes to that in the description of my videos because it's super cool. The next one should be getting put into production pretty soon here. So at any rate, God, I'm talking for almost 4 minutes. Haven't even gotten to the meat and potatoes, but, when things happen, sometimes you gotta yap about it. Anywhoosums, let's get into it, baby. Ooh, it's good to be back. Alrighty-roo, boys, girls, and they, them, friends. As I said, I'm back, and you know what that means. It means, am I the a-hole readings, right? So this one, am I the a-hole for kicking my sister out of my house over a garden? Now, if you're new here and you're not from the old channel, first of all, welcome. And second of all, I don't read these beforehand. I have no idea what this says. All I know is the title. So I'll give my initial, thoughts based on just the title, read the thing, give commentary throughout, and at the end give final thoughts on who is and is not the a-hole in this situation. Now, on this one, am I the a-hole for kicking my sister out of my house over a garden? That's not a lot to go on, really. Like, what did the sister do? What'd she do to the garden? What happened in the garden? Is it a secret garden? You know, was there some things going on in the garden? Did she do something to the garden? Did she harvest your tomatoes too early? You know what I'm saying? Is somebody buried in the garden, right? Like, we don't know what's in the garden, so I guess it's hard to know who's the a-hole. Because I feel like her burying a body in your garden is a reasonable reason to kick her out. But, her harvesting your tomatoes too soon, I mean, maybe that's a discussion instead of, kicking her out. But we'll see. Let's get into it, folks. My sister has lived with me since she was a teen mom. She has her own little space for her and her kids. It's my house. I own it. Okay, I'm guessing that's important. My fiance Amy moved in, and my wife Amy can remodel. And okay, hold on. My fiance Amy moved in, and as my wife Amy can remodel the home as she. Okay. If you're new, sometimes when I read these, the English or the writing, the people who type these, I'm not gonna say they're stupid. I'm just saying they can't type. So I might have to stop every so often to decipher what they're trying to say. This says, my fiance, verbatim, this is what this says. My fiance Amy moved in, and as my wife Amy can remodel the home as she likes. Right? Like, okay. My fiance Amy has moved in, and as my wife, okay, see, here's the problem. No punctuation, so I'm not, like, without proper punctuation, I was reading that as one long sentence instead of, like, the pauses and whatever. So this is why we need commas, right? This is why we need commas and proper punctuation when we're typing, folks, right? Okay, anyway, there's a little English 101 with the man in the voice. You know what I'm saying? That's funny, because I sucked at English growing up, so, math, that was my shit. Anyway. My fiance Amy moved in, and as my wife, Amy can remodel. I also think that that also threw me off. I'm sorry to keep stopping, but it threw me off because he said my fiance and then my wife right after. So it's like, are you married yet or not? Right? Is she your fiance? Is she your wife? You know what I'm saying? But whatever. Okay. My fiance Amy moved in, and as my wife, Amy can remodel the home as she likes. Fair enough. Amy and I have been together for 4 years. My sister has lived with me for 6. My sister and Amy got in this huge argument over ripping out my grass where her kids play and making a garden that will bloom next spring. Amy had discussed this with me, and it was agreed on. Based on our different schedules, we forgot about my sister and telling her about the garden. Amy took a few days off from work to meet with the contractors for the initial digging up of the yard. This happened while I was at work. Okay, so I'm guessing that your sister's gonna have a problem with the grass being dug up where her kids play to make a garden. My sister made a scene with the contractors and yelled at Amy. Amy told my sister that it's time for her to move out and get on with her own life. I've been supporting her and her kids for too long. Ooh, we got a new girl. We got the new girl coming in and messing up the whole family dynamic or whatever. I mean, however, my opinion, right? That's his house. He's entitled to have whoever he wants to live there. And obviously, he's getting married now, so maybe it is time for the sister to kind of move out. I mean, but on the other hand, you could say that, like, that's the way they've structured their lives, so that the new woman coming in maybe shouldn't get the say in, like, kicking out the sister or whatever. Different perspectives on that, right? On, like, I'm guessing you're gonna have a different perspective on this based on whether or not you're the sister or the wife in this situation, right? Because, like, at one hand, it's like, she's the wife, she's entitled to more of his time and space than the sister is. On the other hand, the sister's been living there for longer and has built her life there, and so it's kind of shitty to her just make her move out because she's coming in now. You know what I'm saying? Like, different opinions, different strokes, right? Let's see. Sister made a scene, yeah. A neighbor got involved and called the police, saying Amy wasn't authorized to have the contractors dig up the yard. A neighbor? See, we hate nosy neighbors, don't we? Don't we hate the busybody neighbors? You know, like, they're playing the music too loud in the backyard. You know what I'm saying? Like, old Agatha calling the cops on people just trying to have a good time. I'm not going to speak about what race the people usually are that having the cops be called on them, but we all know, right? We all know who Sharon is calling the cops on because she thinks the music is too loud, people are having too much fun. We all know. She wouldn't be calling it on a bunch of frat boys out here just having a good time, chaka bra. But no, but like a nice gathering of a family of a certain ethnicity, just having a nice barbecue in the backyard. Now that's disturbing the peace, isn't it, Sharon? Right? Anyway, that's not what this is about. Amy was asked to leave the property by the police with an overnight bag. This was a supervised. This was a supervised. Dude, English, let's go. This was supervised by the police because I was not reachable at work. My sister told me, "Can you believe this bitch ripping up the yard like that? Oh my god, can you believe this bitch ripping up the yard like that? Can you believe it? Oh my god, David, your fucking bitch of a fiance is ripping up the yard while my kids are trying to play. Nah." I have to leave work and take my hour commute home to deal with my sister. I told her it's time for her to move out and she should never have been involved with the garden. It wasn't her place. It's not her fucking home. To be fair, my guy, you said at the beginning you did not tell your sister that this was happening. So, in her mind, unless I missed something, I'll go back and look, but in her mind, this woman was just ripping up the yard without anyone's consent. So that's where your sister's probably coming from on this, because you said in the beginning you two didn't get a chance to tell your sister about this happening. So in her mind, she just saw this woman, Amy, whatever, coming in and just tearing up the yard willy-nilly without anyone's right or consent. So like I can kind of see why she'd think that she did the right thing here, and I feel like you're getting a little bit hyphy. I mean, she did call your fiance a bitch, so. My sister was complaining that her boys love to play in that patch of grass, and she can't believe I would make changes to her play area without consulting her. See, now here's the thing, because now she is informed. She's still being like, well, my kids play there too. Listen, lady, it's his house, and he is entitled to make whatever changes he wants to it. I mean, unless you're there, unless you're paying rent, unless you're helping pay bills, because he said he's been supporting them this whole time. So unless you're here, this lady's paying equal share of bills and like rent and all that. Frankly, she doesn't really get a say what happens to any of thing with the house, right? If she's just living there because he's taking care of her and her kids, very nice of him. Then he's entitled to do whatever he wants to his house. Like. Would common courtesy be like, hey, I'm doing this? It'd be nice to inform her, but he doesn't need her permission. Like, it's not her house, right? So, I mean, she lives there, but she's more like living there by his grace, not because, like they're sharing the space, they're sharing bills and whatnot. So, you know what I mean? Amy is fucking pissed at my sister and the neighbor. The neighbor tried to apologize, but I had to tell the neighbor there is no more coming over because she will be trespassed, and she has no business calling the police and making the situation worse. Yikes. Neighbor catching strays here, huh? The neighbor explained that she didn't know Amy was authorized to make those changes, and I told the neighbor too fucking bad. She's banned from the property even though she's friends with my sister and their kids play together. I feel like the more this guy types, the more he seems like an asshole, right? Like, I don't know, we're almost done. We'll get there. I told my sister that her and her boys have to go and she needs to be out by the new year or I will take legal action on her. My sister keeps crying and apologizing, but her actions showed Amy what her married life would be like with my sister live with us, and I'm putting my wife first and my sister has to go. He even asked if he was the a-hole at the end here. Okay. See, this one's rough. This is interesting here, because on one hand, right, we got this guy in his house, trying to have his life with his wife, his life with his wife, bores. Anyway, his life with his wife, right, and he's trying to, build this thing, and I'm assuming the original plan was to have her move in and have them all live together, right? His wife, his sister, her kids, what have you. Kind of combine the two lives together. And now obviously this happened, and that's not happening. So on one hand, you can see his perspective in terms of his fiance got escorted off by the police. It was a big drama, big to do about the whole thing. And so it's probably very stressful for him. Like, he seemed upset that he had to leave work to deal with this, which, fair enough, I guess. It'd be kind of annoying. Yeah, so on one hand, you can kind of see where him and his wife are coming from, right? Like, they're trying to start their life together. She's allowed to do whatever she wants to whatever he said, all that. On the other hand here, though, I would say that the sister, although she's not, like I said, paying bills or splitting rent or whatever, so doesn't necessarily get a say in what goes on. I will say that she's lived there for 6 years, and so this all kind of being just dropped on her is a little bit... I mean, this description was kind of all over the place, honestly. This guy seemed like he was really mad typing this, and so he swore, and he was throwing stuff in there, and she has to be out by this and whatnot. I will say that from the sister's perspective, I could see how she would be, kind of upset because, she's built her life in this situation, except for 6 years. That's not an insignificant amount of time. And so, now that everything's being uprooted and changed by this woman coming in, she probably feels, scared, betrayed, hurt, especially now that he's telling her to get out, kind of to her mind, probably kind of out of the blue because of this whole situation that's happened that, like he said, they didn't even inform her on, right? They didn't even tell her that it was happening. And so she just thought that this woman was ripping up whatever. Honestly, the way this guy typed this out, the way this guy described this whole thing, kind of seems like an asshole. He seems like he is an asshole. Now, whether or not he's in the asshole in this situation is up for debate, right? You can see different sides of it. But I think this guy, based on just the way he described this whole situation, he is an asshole, as a person, right? Because he seemed more peeved about the fact that he had to leave work to deal with this than anything else, right? And and he's also, he kept putting in stuff about she's my wife, she can do what she wants, and this the fucking that, and blah 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 blah, and my wife, she too fucking bad. He's I don't know, the way he taught, it's hard to put my finger on, honestly, but the way he talked in this post, the way he typed this out, the way he described all this, he seems like a huge asshole. He seems like as a person he's an asshole, right? Mind you, I guess we don't know that he's a he. They didn't really gender specify, so I suppose this could be a lesbian couple situation, but I feel like it's a guy. It just seems like it is a guy. I don't know, but he seems like, so I'm inclined to kind of side with the sister just because I feel like this guy's an asshole. As a person. Just the way he talks leads me to believe he's an asshole. I could be wrong. It's just a Reddit post, but whatever. However, I will say that in this situation, the sister doesn't really have a whole lot of a leg to stand on, because like I said, she's been being cared for this whole time, her and her kids. And so while it'd be nice if he, consulted her and asked her opinion on things, he doesn't have to, right? Because... it's his house, like he said. It's his house, his rules or whatever. And so he kind of seems like the type to do something nice for you, but he holds it over your head. He's like, well, I let you live with me, so what I say goes. You know what I'm saying? One of them types. So I'm hesitant to side with him on any of this, just because I feel like, even if he does justify it in some certain aspects, I'm hesitant to side with him because I feel like he's an asshole. I feel like he is an asshole, this guy who typed this. I will say, I feel bad for the sister, kind of having to be kicked out over all this. I feel bad for that neighbor. She thought she was helping, and obviously was not. I mean, ideally, you kind of want to keep your nose out of it, but said their kids play together, so it sounds like maybe they're more than neighbors, they were friends, or her and the sister were friends, so she probably thought she was helping out her friend over this woman who was tearing up this stuff without anyone's consent. So like I said, you said that you didn't tell the sister beforehand that this was happening, so she just saw Amy come out here and start tearing shit up willy-nilly, to her mind, right? So it's kind of hard to blame her for that, so I'm sure the neighbor thought she was helping. Honestly, I think that regardless of who's right or who's wrong here, the situation needs to split, because I feel like you and Amy need to be your little assholey together. You do your own thing over there, because I feel like Amy's probably a dick too. I don't know. I feel like you're an asshole. as a person. So I feel like you guys need to be in your little house. That's yours. That's fucking yours. It's your fucking house, and then you can do what you fucking wants in it, right? So I think you guys should have your own fucking house over there, and then your sister with her kids, hopefully can find some other situation where they're comfortable. Like, I don't know if the sister doesn't work or why she's living with him. I mean, with the way the world is today, like doubling up in households and stuff like that is super common, just because everything's so goddamn expensive these days that you almost have to do that. Like, people staying with their parents longer than ever now. People, getting roommates well into their adulthoods. People with whole families are just living together because everything's so expensive. You need 3-4 incomes just to sustain yourself, especially when you have kids, right? So I hope that the sister finds a better situation than this. I mean, even if, regardless of who's right or who's wrong, this whole situation is untenable at this point. It's all toxic now. So just kind of split, go your separate ways. You stay in your fucking house. That's yours and Amy's fucking house. You can do the fuck you want with it. Nobody else can get in there and do whatever they want in your fucking house, because it's fucking yours, right, brother? And your sister can hopefully find a better situation that is in your fucking house. You know what I'm saying? Anywhoosums. Yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments of this brand new channel, in this brand new video, in this brand new me. I mean, not really. It's the same old me. And you would know that if you listen to the old videos on the old channel, because now it's outro time. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here, whether you're here from the old channel or you're just discovering me now. Thank you so much for being here as I try and rebuild and recoup and restart everything and start from the ground up and try to make this dream a reality. So, happy you're here. Thanks for listening. And before we go, right, I want to let you know to like, share, subscribe, of course. Check me out over on Twitter, X, linked in the description. You know the vibes. I probably will have linked the Room of Swords episodes, as I have did in my old videos, in the description here, so go check those out. It's a very cool web series I am the main character in. Oh my god. And for all of you who are not new, you know what's coming next. And for those of you who are, again, welcome. I'm so happy you're here. And it is time for the special message, everybody. And today's special message, oh boy, today's special message, everybody, don't give up. For those of you that don't know, for those of you that haven't been here before, discovering me now, at the end of these videos, I do a special message that, kind of like an uplifting kind of thing, either some advice or some kind of nice message or, special message, special, right? And this one is all about perseverance, right? Don't give up, because I gotta tell you, when the old channel got nuked for, what it got nuked for, it really hurt, right? It really upset me. My ultimate goal, right, is to be a voice actor, right? Because I am a voice actor. I am voiced in quite a few things now, and I'm working, and that's my job, right? That's my day job. I work. I'm a voice actor. I'm auditioning. I'm out there. I'm putting my voice out there. I'm trying to be that. That's what I'm trying to do. This is twofold, this YouTube. It's a way to market myself and my voice and me, just me, market and whatever. And it's also a way for me to just kind of talk, right? Just get my thoughts out there and just do my best to entertain everybody that listens. And I don't care about, getting a lot of followers or whatever. That'd be nice, right? I don't care about driving the numbers up as much. I'm just here to I just want to talk, man. I just want to talk. I just want to talk about me, talk about life, talk about, these internet things we do. And more than all that, I want to, if I can even reach one person with these little messages at the end here, and let you know that no matter what hits you, no matter what setbacks you face, I faced a pretty big one recently with this. No matter what setbacks you face, no matter what happens, keep going. Okay? Don't give up. You're going to have setbacks in life, and things aren't going to go your way all the time. But that's not a reason to stop trying. That's not a reason to give up. That's not a reason to throw it away, right? Keep going. Get back up. Feel bad for yourself. Let yourself be down a little bit, but at the end of the day, you pick yourself back up, you dust yourself back off, and you keep driving towards what you want, regardless of what gets in your way. Okay? Whatever your dream is, go after it. You can do it. Regardless of setbacks, things that happen, you can do it. I'm proof of that right now, because I may be starting from square one here, but I'm going to do it. All right? I'm not stopping. You can bend me. Pause. Unpause. You can hurt me. You can beat me down, but you can't stop me. You can't kill me. I'm going to keep coming back. And that's the mentality that I need all of you to have out there. No matter what happens, no matter who hits you, where or why, keep going. Get back up. Keep driving. Nothing can stop you. All right? I believe in you. I hope you believe in me. Let's kick life's ass together, huh? All right, everybody. As I always end these videos, for the people who know, they know. If you're new, it's your first time hearing me say it. Stay frosty. Do the work. And I'll see y'all in the next one, all right? Peace out.